Hi, folks. I'm Sattler, the Venturepreneur. I've spent a career creating businesses the hard way so that you don't have to. And today I want to talk a little bit about product market fit, or as the title of this particular video indicates, the only thing that really matters. For every startup that I've ever been a part of that has failed, the reason it failed is because the startup was unable to achieve product market fit. So it makes sense to invert that. The only thing that you really ought to be focusing on as an early stage company is finding product market fit. Once you've done that, the nature of your business challenge changes. Now it's about scaling into that particular segment and with making that product and operations really, viable. But achieving this is actually really hard. And because most companies don't prioritize it in this way, it's because that's one of the reasons why so few of them actually succeed. Now, how do you do it? What's the strategy? How do you think about it? That's what we're going to talk about today. So this may take a couple of parts, but bear with me and let's get started. First thing I want to try and talk about is the first principles, what product market fit is, how to think about it, how to approach it in your head, which I think is probably the most important bit of this video, is making sure that you understand where to come at the product market fit discussion. Next, we'll talk about some strategies about how to make your product market fit strategy and how to execute it based on experiences from the real world that I've had over the past several years. So let's get started on first principles. Now, the first principle of product market fit is defining it. So product market fit, according to the folks who coined it back in the 90s, starting with Mark Andreessen, the founder of Netscape, and Andreessen Horowitz, and he's been a startup aficionado for many, many years, is to be in a good market with a product that can satisfy that particular market. It makes a lot of sense. The key is in those definitions. So the good market definition has a couple of criteria to it. One is that there are people in that market, customers, who want what you have, are willing to pay for it, and there are enough of them to sustain you as a business, at least out of the gate for a little while. There's no guarantee. In fact, it's almost not the goal to have a single product market fit segment. The goal is to find one and then build on top of it and extend yourself into others. Think about Amazon with retail and books. Books became their first beachhead, and then they built on that to become a retailer of many other things. But finding that first initial good market that you can satisfy the needs of is what this meant here by this definition. The other thing is to make sure that your product can satisfy that market. So inherent in that is understanding what the market wants and designing a product that's going to meet those particular wants and needs. If you can do that and achieve the satisfaction of that market, then you've achieved product market fit. So let's go a little bit further. Let's talk a little bit about the market itself. One of the metaphors that I like to use about talking about the market in terms of an early stage company is the ocean. Okay, the ocean is a great metaphor because it shares a lot of things in common. One is it's very, very big, and it is beyond your ability to control or really fully understand. You may be able to observe it, you may be able to predict it, you may be even understand it to a certain degree, but it goes beyond your understanding very quickly. Further, it's always changing. Whether it's technology moving underneath your market or different players doing different things, competition, etc., the goal of thinking about the market is to understand that it's never going to be the same way for very long. And that it's always, as you go into different places, it's going to be different for you. So don't think that you can understand it, or especially that you don't think that you can control it. Next, the market, like the ocean, doesn't care how smart you are or how you want it to behave. You may have the best, smartest people in the world thinking about how the market might actually behave, and you might be wrong. So come at it with that degree of humility, and you'll be in a much better position than trying to scratch your head and wonder why the market isn't responding to logic or reason or the case that you've made in your own mind, even that many people actually support intuitively. The best you can do is to seek to understand how this market works, how this ocean works, with constant trial and error. You may have a great theory, you may be actually seeing results from your theory, but unless you've actually done that from actual effort, trial and error, you're not going to really be able to prove that you can achieve it. And that is one of the key pieces here. Finally, remember that the market and the ocean always win. They don't care how smart you are. They don't care whether you live or die. They don't care whether it just is. And coming at that particular approach to the market and seeing yourself as an explorer, or in my own particular, I'm from Hawaii, so one of my particular metaphors that's very useful is a surfer. Surfers will tell you when they're out in that ocean They don't control that ocean. They read it, they understand it, they feel it, and they use it to move them in the direction that they choose to go in. But the ocean isn't doing their bidding. They are using the ocean to move it in the direction that they choose to. So think about that metaphor the next time you think about what you're in the business of doing as a startup person.